What's up, everybody? Welcome to the fifth live of Corks and Crypto Live, man. I appreciate y'all coming out. What's going on, Compton? See, you're in the building. How are you today, sir?
What's up with you? Pretty good.
Man, I'm good. Bullish.
Bless.
Hey, there it is. Making poor decisions. Good to see you, sir. How you doing today, man?
In the house, man. Blessed.
Hey, there it is. Definitely. So, all right, man. Well, welcome everybody for showing up. Let's see who we've got in the comments so far. Now, Compton, I know you said you were first, but I'm gonna show you something real quick, okay?
You don't have to, bro.
What does that say right there? And then he came back with he was second. So I don't know what that was about. Kadeem team, if you're out there, man, you were number one on the board today. So what was that, Compton?
Hey, he wants to be second. Let him be second.
Well, and then right after that, you come in with first. So there it is. So we've got OBZ in the building, Melanin Delight, Fowler. What's up, man? You got the link. You are welcome to join us if you like. This is Worldwide. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate all you do. We've got Inspired Life Goals, John Kano, Jason, Safe Food Warrior. And did I get everybody? Anthony, is that Michael or Mitchell or Michelle? I don't want to get your name wrong. Just let me know. Donald Richardson, what's up? Tina Potea, what are we drinking tonight? We're going to get right into that in a minute. Slumdog Millionaire. Who else we got in the building? All right. So I think we got everybody. So making poor decisions. What are we drinking tonight, man?
Man, we're going to take it to the IGP region of France. And just to give everybody a visual of where this is located, it's about 200 miles northwest of Bordeaux. And today the wine is Destiny Pinot Noir. It's a 2021 vintage. It's a medium-bodied Pinot Noir. It's a real nice drink by itself. If you want to pair it with something, you can pair it with grilled fish, stewed red meats, cream cheeses. So it'll go perfect with all that. On the nose, you're going to get some blackberry and some red berries. And on the palate, you're going to get blackberries. So it's a real smooth and easy drink. Cheers.
Oh, man. Nice. Very, very, very nice. So that is what we are drinking tonight. I don't have a bottle with me. We were expecting some bad weather today, so I had to kind of stay close to home. So maybe next time I'll have my bottle with me as well to join making poor decisions. And it looks like we've got Donald Richardson in the building. Let me pull Donald Richardson in. What's going on, brother?
Man, feeling great. How about yourself there, mellow fellow?
Man, I'm bullish. All day, every day. Good to have you on, man. Good to have you on. So I lost your audio for a minute. Did the rest of you guys hear Donald, or is it on my side?
No, I don't hear him either. I think he's on mute or something.
Yeah, you may have muted yourself, Donald. We heard you initially, and then you went out. So yeah, you may need to exit and come back in because I think you've got I'm gonna keep you in the backstage, but you might need to exit and come back in because it looks like you've got some issues with your microphone. All right, so Compton, did you hear about what Brian is doing with this Safe Food Go? You checked into that yet?
Yes, sir. I was in the AMA. I saw my the notification pop on my cell phone while I was at the gym, and I was like, oh, I gotta get on this real quick. And so I notified Prado right away because I know Prado was working.
Right.
And last time he missed that first AMA when Brian went back to Safe Food. I think I told Grieg and I told Pride as well.
Yeah, we got Pride on. What's up, Pride?
What's going on?
I think I like this idea because I was already, this is my thing, right? Not financial advice, but I was already planning to putting some cash down OOXY. And I was having a conversation with Greedy just a few minutes ago, and I was like, hey, you know what? I think about that one because I was like, oh yeah, it's coming out on the 22nd, but then OOXY Sacrifice is on the 12th. And so I was like, well, Seifu, well, SGO has a better chance to pump, right? Maybe a 10x, 15x, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I can use that money, cash out a bit, use that money to put in OOXY, and I'll probably put even more because I know everyone is thinking about that 10%, right? If you sacrifice on day one, but I think if I was going to drop about 1K on OOXY, maybe I can drop about 3 to 4 now. It depends how SGO goes, right? But I think it's a great chance for people to make some money. It's going to be on Vulcan, and now we have other communities like Daylight community and other communities that will know about Seifu Go, and I think it's going to go great.
Cool. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same situation, and you see, John Kano posted a comment here. I'm confused. Do I put the 700 I set aside for OOXY or use it on the new Seifu? What's going to be the best play, I wonder? And I'm kind of in the same boat because I wasn't expecting, I was going to put something into Revive, but I was going to wait. I wasn't going to go in and put into Revive initially. And now we have, this Seifu Go as an option. And what you just described, Compton, I'm kind of thinking the same way. I do think it's going to be a good, 10x, possibly 15x or better. So
we don't even know the tokenomics yet.
We don't know the tokenomics. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. So, I'm kind of going through my process and trying to, get my head around OOXY. Last week was a busy week for me, so I am a bit behind on a lot of things, and a lot of things were announced on last week. OOXY being one of them, and the light papers for that. So that's some more homework I got to do now. But yeah, this is definitely something to be considered.
Yeah, definitely. I think Brian is going to prove once again. Is going to prove wrong all those futters.
Absolutely.
And nothing against the console, because the console is great, and of course they don't. I was talking to my friend earlier, who he's a big whale in Vulcan, and he was a big whale in Seifu,
mm-hmm.
and we're like, you can't blame the console for not doing something quick. If you think about it, all those guys don't have the experience that Brian has. Like, this guy's moving quick,
right?
And so I was debating as well. We were debating like, hey, how much should we put in and stuff like that. But if you think about it, we don't even know the tokenomics yet, or what's the price? What's the price going to launch at, right? So this is a great chance, man. For there's no gimmicks, there's no pink sale. It's the faster you are, the faster. Yeah. First come, first serve, and everyone's going to have a chance to get in it, and I think Brian is going to blow this out of the park. When those tokenomics hit and the price hits and all the news that he's been saying for this Seifu Go, I think people are going to like it from all different communities. And he's already pushing on Twitter. He started tweeting about it right now. So I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I agree with you. Pryor, what's your thoughts on it, man?
You got to think, guys, when he did Seifu, back in the day, he said, I wish I would have done stuff that I knew now, like for the fire pit and everything. So exactly. Now he has a chance to do exactly the way he wanted to do it the whole time. So that's why I'm kind of bullish on this new project. I was curious if he's going to bring back rebasing or not. I'm wondering about that.
I did hear something about rebase. I mean, if you have a fire pit, there has to be a rebase on it.
Yes, I'm saying I don't know if he's going to bring that back or not. I'm kind of interested in these tokenomics first.
Yeah.
Definitely no. Yeah, I'm definitely, but yeah, I guess you're right, because I know he loves the fire pit, so he probably bring back rebasing, fire pit, make it more, maybe start off at 50%, who knows, low circulating supply, all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh. So Donald, let's do a sound check real quick. I think you have yourself muted. You want to unmute yourself real quick? Let's see what you sound like.
Beautiful. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're coming in, man.
Okay, beautiful. Sorry.
Oh no, no problem, no problem. Glad to have you. So, what are you thinking about, Safe Food Go? What's your thoughts on it, or have you even looked into it yet?
Well, I'm on now. The Pride and Mellow Fellow and the rest of the panelists, 310, and making poor bad decision. I'm looking at things not from a pool standpoint, but the opposite. A lot of used to see. So when the AMA a couple of days ago, the first thing I said was, "Be cool."
You're cutting out. At
He's
least
cutting out.
cutting
Yeah.
out on my side. Is the rest of you all able to hear Donald?
Maybe the
No, he's cutting out.
first
Nah, it's that Cricket Wireless.
Hey, Donald, man, you're having some. Try to turn off your video and go audio only. Maybe there's some issues there with bandwidth. But I really want to hear what you got to say, man, because it sounds like you definitely have a point to make. So try that real quick. And while he's doing that, I want to say I think everybody. Let me see. I could probably share. Well, let me do this. Pride, because you have a great way of kind of breaking things down and simplifying it. So, would you mind giving a summary of what you understand Safe Food version 2 is?
I missed the AMA.
You missed the AMA. Okay, so yeah, I missed the AMA too. Chalk Talk had posted it. I was able to listen to some of it, but I wasn't able to really get too deep into it before.
All I know is that he's changing. He's changing. Like I say, he's taking over Safe Foods, release a new version. But like I say, he didn't come up with the tokenomics yet. All he said was there's gonna be a fair launch as far as getting the token early, but the early ones get the worm. Be there as soon as he clicks. As soon as it goes live, you better be there to to get in early. And his track record.
Yeah.
So he don't want to look bad. In other words, so I expect
absolutely.
big things. I expect big things from him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Compton was saying. Like, he's got something to prove. He's definitely got something to prove, and I think he's gonna knock this one out of the park for sure. As was, I think the first Safe Food was successful for what it was. My personal opinion. Some others may think differently, but that's my personal opinion. Let me get into some comments real quick, because I think making poor decisions. I don't know if you answered this, but OBZ had a question about how's the nose on that wine, man.
The nose, you're gonna get some blackberries on your nose with that wine.
And can you explain, like, for some of the non-wine drinkers out there, what does that question entail?
So basically, it's the aroma, how the wine smells. So when you hear nose, it's how it smells. When you hear palate, it's how it tastes.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you go around, I don't know too many people going around the produce section sniffing berries and whatnot. But if you ever done it before and you had that in your mind and then you smell some wine, everybody's gonna smell something different. But for the most part, it's the winemaker's notes. About 85 to 90% of the time, they on point with it when it comes to the nose. But when it comes to the palate, everybody's palate is different. So what you taste, it might not be what I taste. Right?
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Well, guys, I'm sipping on some Bordy's. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's from Baltimore, Maryland. It's a winery. It's called Bordy Vineyards. This is a Riesling. And I'm just going to read it. It says a low apricot and honey aromas and a sweet, full flavor on the palate. Make Riesling an excellent wine with ripe cheeses, spicy dishes, and for casual sipping. Semi-sweet.
Yep.
It's one of my big favorites.
Yeah, Germans are known for the Riesling. And with that Riesling, if you cut you up some different types of fruit, some lemon, orange slices, lime slices, every time you put one of those on your tongue and you take a sip, it'll be a brand new wine every time.
Oh, man. Now you tell me it's too late.
Yeah, it's all about pairing, right? So, yeah.
I got some raspberries. That work?
Yeah, that'll work.
So yeah, when we get these token pairs going, that's some additional pairing that's going to be going on, and you guys are going to be buying even that much more wine, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So what is this? OBZ is also saying like some wines give off a barnyard
smell.
Yeah. They call that earthy.
Make sure you wash them over.
Right. So you got a lot of wines, mostly bolder wines, have that earthy mineral, kind of like dirt type of nose to it, and some with the palate as well. A lot of Italian wines are like that. But those tend to be the ones that cost the most money. You know, again, it's an acquired taste for some. You know, you just can't jump into Italian wines and for the first time, and as soon as you put it on your tongue, you might spit it out.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's all good, Donald. Donald's he doesn't have his iPad with him, so
I got an iPad.
He was using wasn't working right.
Oh.
So hey, but put in the comments, Donald, what you were trying to get out regarding Safe Food Go. I would definitely would like to hear your opinion. I'm sure others would as well. Things are moving fast. You know, I'm excited about Safe Food Go for a simple fact. It's going to be on the Vulcan blockchain, right? So that's just yet another project that's going to be on the blockchain. So I mean, hey, that's great. That's great. And Pride, you did a video earlier today. Talking through, I think you talked through some of the projects that are going to be on. So can you cover those again? Because I didn't get them all.
We got Cosmic Force. You know, question about Cosmic Force, right? We have Kiwi Token, Legendary Safe Food Club. We got God, I wish I had the list with me. We got let me look that up real quick. I got it on the phone. We got let's see. Okay. Where we at?
So Compton, you sip on wine every once in a while, sir?
No, sir. I don't drink at all.
You don't drink at all? Okay.
No, sir. No. When I was a kid, my mom used to tell me that my dad used to drink his whole checks at the bar. So he was a junkie.
I got it.
And then after a while, he stopped. But I always had that. Well, I never had that tendency of drinking or smoking, and not doing drugs. Even though I'm in Compton, you would think I never smoke weed. I've never smoked weed, man, because my team was playing sports.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was playing. I like playing basketball. I like playing soccer, and my team was always playing sports and just like working on my craft, like working on my game and stuff like that. And so I grew up a big Kobe Bryant fan, of course,
Nice.
a Laker fan too. So yeah, I never had that. For me, I mean, I drank before just because of peer pressure, because of my cousins making fun of me, just to like kind of shut them down, and that was it. And after that, they left me alone. But other than that, no, I don't drink, man.
Gotcha. Hey, I completely understand. I respect that. You know, I'm not a big drinker myself personally. So I get that.
All right. So, I got the list now.
Shit.
We got Cosmic Force, Waving Studios, Apollo Launchpad, Venus, which I never heard before. It's supposed to be a fork of Apollo. Various projects launched by Daylight Protocol. Cause for the Cast, OXPA, which basically is the NFT they're going to create for you to kind of help you.
Group, right?
Deals help you, kind of guide you when you should take profits or not. Kiwi Token, Revive, Safe Food V2, OOXY Token, 2 projects by Kryptonian and NR Legend, and Skyway Partners should be 12 Skyway Partners in total. Then we got the Poker Boy and Johnny Blockchain. That's it.
Cool. And that's not a complete list. That's the list, right?
Right. Yes. I know,
So there's likely others that we're unaware of, but that's a nice list to start.
And that's not even
That's really
including
nice.
NR and what's his name, Kryptonian's
Yes,
project,
that's
right?
including that's including theirs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really liked Kryptonian's. I think he in our legend they've got some
Real estate NFT.
real estate NFTs. That sounds interesting. I'm really interested in that. And making poor decisions. OBZ is saying we should get together and try to do a wine NFT for investors for high-end wines.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I'm trying to see if Donald, I know Donald's got some comments here, but I want to see if he's not putting them in there. So Tina's trying to egg him, get him to comment. Oh, he's trying to rejoin the stream. That's why. Okay. Let me pull him back in. Hey, Donald, you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Can everyone hear me?
Oh man, loud and clear. Beautiful.
Yeah, sorry, gentlemen. I had to go to the bootleg to the real leg. Yeah, come on now. Y'all know how black folks do. Y'all know we ain't gonna do right. We gonna do right, but we ain't gonna do right.
I understand.
You know. Once again, thank you, Mellow Fellow, making poor decisions, and definitely always, it's always a Black History moment to be on the same screen with Crypto Pride, as well as Compton 310. Big ups, I love y'all, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. I'm not taking it back. I'm not apologizing. So don't think I am. No.
Damn, you came out firing, homie.
For real.
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, my thing is, I don't want to be, like the police. They kill us, we go out to celebrate after they kill us, and we go out and celebrate to kill one of our own. That's a whole different new topic. I don't want to go there.
Right.
But with that being said,
True that.
So my idea was just to kind of get back on that right quick, gentlemen. It won't take me long. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, okay, all right, what if we were able to start out with a high APY? Maybe like let's just say 50 or 60%. All right. With that 50 or 60% APY, I don't know if that's even possible. Mixed with the volume, okay? Let's just say we bringing in, 60 or 70,000 transactions a day, okay? So with a high APY, percentage-wise, what we're allowed to spend or actually cash out on a day-to-day would be small. For example, it'd be like, point 30 or, or 2.5 or whatever. But but the whole point is being that it would make investors hold on to their money longer with SafeFood. That's one part. The second part, okay, if they decide to take their money and say, B Legend says, well, Mr. Richardson, that's not a good idea. Go back to the drawing board. Cool. If you keep everything like how it is and people begin to buy, because that's what we want. We want a better price for SafeFood. Right before it's time to actually get into OOXY, the whole OOXY token investment. Okay. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, even if we, go in, run it up, if anyone cashes out like they've been doing for the last 2 days, the taxes on that, is only my opinion, should at least be 40 to 45%. They'll think a second before even taking any profits. Because here, what that does is it hurts the little guys like us. Well, let me speak for myself, because I may be amongst 5 whales right now. I don't know. But with that being said,
pride is a whale.
Well, yeah, and thanks for him being modest. So it's still a pleasure being on the same camera with a whale. But with that being said, whales would like sit on that capital for a little bit longer versus 20-cent sale. We back down to a dime. That does not make a whole lot of sense, whales. Now, I'm not talking about anyone. I'm just saying, because we would still burn the liquidity. Am I right or am I wrong, gentlemen?
Well, let me. So I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But Tina Patel makes a comment here that may be too much like lock pay and it's horrid. So I'm not familiar. Is lock pay another protocol? I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's another protocol that failed.
Okay.
But yeah, that tax is too high. They ain't gonna fly.
Mm.
No way.
So when you say, see, I'm glad you're saying this, Crypto Pride. So why is that you're saying, for one, it's not going to fly, for one, and then for two, what would be a good percentage to make whales say, okay, well, I don't want to sell my bag too fast. Let me at least get it up to at least 75 cents to, let's just say, 75 to $1.25. Because once again, it's all about the OOXY coin, right?
You talking about? You got me confused. I thought you talking about the new safe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about Seifu as far as a better price for OOXY for investors, because like the last 2 days, like I said, whales have been going in, and
they can't change the contract right now. They can't change the contract.
Yeah. That's what Biz was saying here. So if you're talking about the existing Seifu token, like the Seifu we have today, that can't be changed.
Okay. Yeah.
So that can't be changed.
So the Seifu won't be a part of the blockchain that's going on now.
Yeah, Seifu's dead. Seifu's done. They're starting the new Seifu V2.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the new token that's coming out, if I'm not mistaken, gentlemen, won't that have new tokenomics or what?
Yes, it will.
Yes. Okay, so
and
with that
being announced yet.
Yes. Okay, so with that being said, once again, just having that idea, and that's all, because I'm an idealist. I'm not someone that's never done blockchain. I never knew what utilities were until I hear, the entrepreneurs like Pride, yourself, Mello, Compton 310, kind of explain what utilities are, as well as the investment group that I'm in as well. They kind of explain to us what utilities are. So me being an idealist, I begin to put like pieces of the puzzle together and say, hey, what if? That's all. What if?
There's no wrong with that. That's how innovation begins.
Yeah.
Gotta ask questions. Definitely gotta ask questions. So yeah, that's interesting right there. But yeah, as far as your idea on a whale tax, essentially, for Seifu in his existing form, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I can. I think I can kind of understand that one.
Yeah. And we're still waiting on, like I said, the tokenomics for the Seifu Go, right? Or
okay.
So we're gonna see what that looks like. So kind of switching gears, man. So what are your thoughts on OOXY, Donald? Are you gonna pick you up some OOXY tokens?
Man, quit playing, mellow fellow. Y'all ain't finna leave me behind. Shit, I got child support. Shit, what you talking about, brother? Shit, talking about leave me behind. Shoot, what you talking about, bro? Yeah, and when I say when I say I got child support, I'm a child of God and I support myself and my wife. But other than that, no, y'all ain't finna leave me behind. Driving nice cars, eating popsicles 7 days a week. I can only eat popsicles 1 day a week.
Drinking fine wine every day.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a weed smoker. No.
No.
Wow.
So I know Pride, you gotta get in on OOXY, right?
Yeah, I'm putting $2,000 in OOXY.
Nice.
That's my plan.
Nice.
So explain to me again how the OOXY ties into the blockchain, the Vulcan blockchain.
OOXY, that's gonna be the token on the DEX for the Vulcan blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to swap out anything, you gotta have that OOXY token pretty much. That's like the cake to the BNB blockchain.
Okay.
Now you go to Pancake Swap. You want to swap something out. You want to swap your BNB for USDC.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you recall that process you went through. I walked you through when you had your, you had used BUSD to get Seifu.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we had to. I forgot the name of the DEX that we used at that time.
Right, Pancake Swap. I'm pretty sure. Probably Pancake Swap.
Yeah, it wasn't Pancake Swap. It
Pool
was
Coin, Bog Finance.
It was Bog Finance. It was Bog Finance. So yeah, so that Bog Finance essentially, what OOXY will be is an equivalent to something like a Bog Finance in a way.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that's right.
So that'll allow you to exchange one coin for another, or token for, or coins for tokens, or tokens for tokens.
Okay.
And the reason I like OOXY so much is because, like I said, I don't know if you guys see my videos. You gotta follow the money, guys. You gotta follow the money, and the money is Brian Legend. The four founders: Brian Legend, Adrian, Damien, and Plan B. So they're not getting paid right now. You know what I'm saying? They create this blockchain, and they're gonna want their returns back for all the millions that they put into this blockchain, especially Brian. And so he's gonna try every which way, Tom, Dick, and Harry, to make sure this thing's successful. That's why he got the burn mechanism in place. That's why he's trying to incorporate all this OOXY sacrifice. You guys, everything, if you notice, everything revolves around OOXY now.
Right.
So, you can sacrifice for OOXY. You got the OOXY. I mean, you can sacrifice the safe food for OOXY. You got the OOXY sacrifice coming up where you can get the bonus. And now he's trying to change where you can have multiple liquidity pairs using the OOXY token. So, I mean, they own 50% of the circulating supply. And whatever we don't sacrifice, whatever's not sacrificed is getting burned, which is going to reduce the circulating supply big time. So I'm projecting our circulating supply is going to be like 7 million, 8 million.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because we went up, this thing 6,250,000 tokens is available for sacrifice.
Right.
So you multiply that times $5.
Well, yeah,
that's over $30 million, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And the original Seifu sacrifice didn't even pull in $30 million. Only pulled in like a 22, 23 million.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be way less. This is just for DEX token. So I don't think too many people are gonna sacrifice for the OOXY token. To be honest, maybe I'm just saying maybe like it might raise 1 million, 2 million. That's just my projection.
Something to think about.
Have they leaked any go live dates yet?
Yeah, that's what it's. Well, they always saying we talking for the blockchain.
Yeah,
they saying late May 27th. May 27th is late. I'm still sticking with my July, August, guys. I know you're gonna.
So I like to talk about that for a minute because I've got some opinions on the launch date of the blockchain, and I think I mentioned this. It was either I was on someone else's live. I think we kind of talked about it for a little bit. But what's your do you mind talking through your thought process or to how you got to what you think the launch could possibly be?
I did a video with, and I used kind of chat GPT as my kind of backup plan, kind of reverse. I use it for a lot of information, and I just did like I considered it a bullish version as far as launching on, like you guys say, June a lot of people say we're gonna launch May 1st, June 1st, whatever. But my projection, that's kind of added. I consider it very bullish. My projection, June and July, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking July, August, just because, like I said, and I'm seeing it kind of come true because, like I said, these blockchains, this is the first of its kind. Mm-hmm. Auto staking, auto rebasing, auto compounding, and that stuff is not easy like you think. It's not just simple plug and play. It's not a simple fork of Ethereum. This is something that's never been done before. So these developers that you can see now are going to be running into problems that they never faced before. And those problems are not going to be easy to fix because they never, like I said, there's nothing to go back and look at that worked in the past. There's no blueprint, pretty much. We're setting the blueprint right now. So all that stuff is going to take time. It's going to take, try and error. That's why we're going to have these multiple test nets. We're going to have these multiple faucets. And right now, we only went through one faucet, and that only lasted a couple of days. So, and if you look at remember before, they've got a couple of faucets. So we haven't even reached that stage yet. And then you guys said, and we just, if you look at the gamma, we just at the first section of the gamma, which is the fire pit And I guess I think the Gamma. If you pull up the let me see if I can pull up the Vulcan blockchain real quick. Let me see Vulcan blockchain.
Yeah, so I think it's
and go to the roadmap. Let me see. Go to the roadmap. Let me see. All right.
So definitely the faucet is part of that. And
I'm gonna share my screen with you guys.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so this is Gamma. This is where we are right now. We're right here. We still at number 1. We got the Vulcan. We got the Vulcan rebranding. No base and fire pit. This is where we are right now. Step number 2. Okay, and then we got to do the Vulcan trace without the rebase. Marketing, you might say that's already done. That's easy. That's an easy fix. And then we got the Gamma testnet where you add in the rebase and the fire pit. So that's kind of what we kind of focus on now. The Vulcan faucet, the Vulcan trace with rebase. That's going to be a big one too in itself. And then once we get this stage done, then we got the Hyperverse relaunch. That's why everybody's saying, why are we not seeing anything from Hyperverse? What's going on with Decentology, Nick Caliani, Hyperverse? Well, they can't even start this until we get all this stuff done.
Right.
That's why you haven't seen anything about projects. That's why we haven't relaunched the hackathon or any of that. And then, of course, we got the Delta testnet. We even started talking about, and this is just remember, guys, this is just a simulated light nodes. Simulated, which means they're not even the real light nodes. This is just the simulated ones. This is not the onboarding. This is not the onboarding of the real light nodes or nothing. This is just the simulated light nodes. Okay. Then you got the fixed flex. Of course, that's going to be a big issue, I think, right there. That fixed flex. So really, you got these two right here. Skyway partners. That's easy. Grant applications. Blah blah. That's easy as well. So I mean, that's what once we get past these two, and then you got onboard the light nodes. We got 1,500 light nodes. We still got to onboard, and the full nodes. People still forget about full nodes. Still got full nodes, even though we don't need about 21 full nodes or 45 full nodes to run the blockchain. So we still got these 1,500 light nodes. Then you got the GVol claim that developer onboarding. That's gonna be a big one right in itself. So I mean, we still got a lot of stuff to go through. Just it's gonna take time, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, the way I see it is, I think everything depends on at what point development started. In my opinion.
Yeah.
At what point did development start? Because I work in IT.
So yeah.
And I was doing some research. Now I don't work on anything that's related to blockchain, but I am very development adjacent. I'm not a developer, but the kind of work that I'm involved in, I'm kind of developer adjacent. So, based on what I understand and the little research I've done in blockchain development, to create a blockchain that doesn't have the complexity that Vulcan has, it could take up to a year. So, and I think it was on maybe my last live, we talked about this, and Daniel Prado was in the comments section, and he had made mention, I think is it Adrian that you guys met in Dubai?
Yeah, and all of them. Adrian, Damien, Plan B, Brian.
So it was someone that had made a comment that they'll join the team, but only if they started development right away. So and when was you all's trip to Dubai?
It was in October. I can't remember.
It was October. Yeah. So I mean, Brian to me is I kind of see Brian as someone that's thinking 10, 12, 15 steps ahead, right? So October, he already knew that he wanted to build a blockchain, obviously.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he already knew that. So
that was Prado.
What's that, Compton?
That was Prado who mentioned that in the comments last week.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Who was D-Mac or Damien? Yeah. He was the one that mentioned that.
Yeah, so my thought process was, all right, just based on the little information and how I understand things around development of blockchains, it's going to take about 12 months. So I have to assume, I am only assuming here. I have no details, no facts to back anything up. This is a straight up assumption on my part, is that there has to have been, I'm assuming that there was some form of development that occurred last summer, maybe even last spring. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was done before Seifu even went live.
I don't know about that. Before Seifu went live?
Mm-hmm. Like a base level of, base code, not the full out
for the blockchain.
Not for the blockchain. I'm thinking he may, if he felt that he wanted to do a blockchain, he probably knew that before Seifu even went live. And assuming if he was thinking that way, then the dates that were provided, which was May 27th of June, early June, something like that. I don't have the exact dates in mind, but late May, early June is what was communicated, I think, as tentative, right? Tentative start date.
Yeah.
So, to me, that kind of tracks back, right? So if that's a little bit over a year after Seifu launched. So I think it's very possible that it could come about during that time frame. Now, if they run into some challenges, though, that date's going to get pushed, and it has to get pushed in order to get a blockchain that works. And I think everybody would agree that we want a blockchain that works, right?
Yeah, but then again, if we did have that projection like you thought we would have, I think we would have been way past beta testnet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not even in gamma.
Yeah, exactly. We're not in gamma, but I think it's about.
I think they started development that long time ago. We should definitely be in gamma by now.
But it depends on what kind of hurdle they're dealing with right now.
Well, you already know what the hurdle they're dealing with, that firestorm.
Yeah.
Set up that firestorm.
Yep. So Biz is let me see his comments here. Biz is saying that Seifu was the prototype, so many hurdles have already been passed. That's true. And he's also saying that Q2 literally just started. Rebase was fixed. Firestorm is the focus, which BL said they're working on. Nodes will take no time to set up. Yeah, I don't think nodes are going to be that big an issue. There's been some things going on in the background with nodes, and
but you still got the KYC process. That's going to take at least 10 days.
Well, the way that they explain KYC, I don't think KYC is going to take that long now.
Hey, I talked to a short DeFi. I'm just going with what they told me.
So how long did they tell you? I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be days.
10 days. But that's still 10 business days is 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. So it's straight up 10 business days? Wow. Okay. That's different. I was expecting a couple of, maybe a week tops. But 10 days, okay. Initially, I was thinking it would be 10 days because I've gone through a KYC process for a business before, and that took about 10 days.
Yeah. See?
But I thought they had a more streamlined process with the company that they're using to do their third party that they're using.
Unless they plan on working on the weekends, which I doubt.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, that KYC needs to be done correctly.
It does.
They got to say the qualifications is you got to, your ID, make sure your ID is in date. What else I had it written down with the qualification to do a video interview, I think video phone interview. They got to set all that stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you got to submit now sometimes you got to submit like a phone bill or some type of bill in your name, something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like, so the process I went through, I had to, I had to get my articles of incorporation and send that over. Bank statements.
Yeah, so bank statements,
picture IDs,
right,
and those kind of things. And there was an interview process, so I had to get on video and answer a few questions. It was about 30 minutes, and after that, it was and all that didn't happen the same day, by the way, right? So it was like day one, you submit. To start the process, and then day two they respond, and you kind of have this back and forth for a few days, and then after they get all the documentation, we did the video interview, and within a couple of days after that, we got the thumbs up.
Right.
So that took about 10 days. days. So 2 weeks, to your point.
So
Slumdog Millionaire saying the most important part of the VBC is the vaporized mechanism, aka the firestorm. No true deflation can occur without it. So yeah. And but kind of going back to KYC though, I think a lot too depends on how large of a team the company has that's doing the KYC.
Well, I looked at if you go to the website, you can see everybody that works for them. Let me show you real quick. Let me see the team. I got my Wi-Fi slow. I got everybody want a Wi-Fi tonight. All right, let me share my screen with you guys real quick again. This comes up. Present. So it's the team right here. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you really can't count this person because this is sales executive, creative lead, web developer, fulfillment and sales support, Assure network manager, treasurer and business analyst, HR manager, which probably be doing a KYC, I would think. Marketing manager, head of research and development, fulfillment leader, lead board advisor, and CEO.
I don't know.
Yeah, they probably. It sounds like they got more employees than just that.
Yeah, they may have some doers in that. That might just be the top level.
Yeah, that probably focus on just KYC.
I'll be assuming a lot of stuff, brothers. Look at the facts. I'm looking at the facts.
Hey, I hear you. Man.
Don't start with those UFOs like yesterday, bro.
Oh man, I know UFOs are real. I had so many people in my comments saying you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. So hey, I was like, I know UFOs are real. I know.
So yeah, you were visited by one or something?
No, we had on my live last night talking about UFOs. They said they're a bunch of baloney, and I'm telling them they're real. So.
So yeah.
Hey, which one you were smoking, bro? Because it was probably a good one.
Yeah, I wish it was smoking something.
We've got Prelvis in the building. What's going on, Crypto Bull? So he says, don't forget rebasing, compounding, and staking were all successful components of SafeFood, and they should not be retested.
This is a blockchain, Pelvis. This is a blockchain, not a debt. You got to think it's going to be way different.
Fixed Flex, Firestorm, and Powerpool is what's being tested right now. So
no, the Firestorms is being tested. Fixed Flex is part of let's see. That's part of state. That's part of Delta testing that, buddy.
Yeah, it's right after Epsilon. So making poor decisions. What are your thoughts on the development cycle for this thing?
My honest opinion, I know when you first told me that it was going to launch in first quarter this year, I assumed it would be a year after that.
And why did you think that?
I mean, just all the testing and everything that needs to go into it. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you're trying to launch it with the least possible bugs, then I'm thinking it's probably going to be a year.
We haven't even had a bug bounty yet, guys. Come on. Keep the reader.
So,
or a hack bounty, right? Someone that can hack it.
Yeah. Y'all talking about launching next month? Come on, man. Be realistic, guys.
We got foul on the street. So making poor decisions had a drop the mic moment. So I'm not gonna put his business in the street like that. But making poor decisions has is very credible in the IT space. I'll put it that way. So
we say we're a year away.
So I'll leave that there. I'll let him speak for himself. If he chooses to go there.
Just look at Postchain. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, but see, Postchain is. Right? I'm not trying to talk bad about Vulcan, but Postchain is a whole different game, right? It's a whole different thing.
They're doing the same thing. Not really. They're doing the same different thing.
They're doing
a whole new blockchain.
Yeah, the whole new blockchain is a layer 1. It's a fork from Ethereum, but you also got to think that they also have PulseX. Yeah, I mean, and so for me,
PulseX is like OOXY.
Yeah, but you got to think about it, man. PulseX will have all those freaking ERC20 tokens. Every single thing is gonna be on there, and not just that. I was just hearing the other day that, like, I don't know. I think I sent that video to the Greek. Man, if they were to get only like at least, I think it was like 300 to 400 million dollars in liquidity from just the ERC20 tokens, like the tokens in there, not counting Hex.
Yeah,
Post chain will be the second biggest DEX, and I'm like, whoa. And so I was hearing these Hexicans that were making, kind of like Prado, but on a different level. Sorry, Prado, I'm not making fun of you, bro. But they were really down to the numbers and stuff like that. And so it was crazy just to hear what Post chain and Post X can do.
So,
and I mean,
you're saying Post chain is gonna give Uniswap a run for their money, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, boy, it's gonna.
Because I did not realize how much volume Uniswap was doing, both on their on ERC and Arbitrum. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, and so. And you think about it, there's a lot of ERC20 tokens that couldn't survive because of the gas prices of Ethereum. Now they're gonna be able to survive Post chain and Post X, because the transactions and then the gas fees are gonna be like what, pennies? So it's not gonna be a lot. So all these ERC20 tokens are projects that want to launch on Ethereum. It's gonna be cheap, and that should be the same thing for Vulcan, right?
Yeah.
People wanted to launch, if they don't want to launch on Binance or on Ethereum, and they, especially with those tokens that do reflections, right? You come over here to this side, to Vulcan.
Yep, I agree. I agree with you. What's going on, Fowler?
What up, y'all? What's happening?
You're hiding behind
the big homie
circle today. What's up?
Man, I didn't feel like pulling out the green screen, man. Just be honest. But I'm gonna be honest. I just didn't feel like dragging out that green screen. Look, but from what I'm hearing so far, man, I'm gonna take one out of playbook out of my boy Curtius. He pulled this number. He was like, Y'all belief in this development team is dismal. Y'all is not
realistic.
Y'all
realistic,
dismal,
no,
realistic.
For me, it's not dismal. I'm trying to come from a place of how can I put it? Realism.
Yeah, I'm only pushing us
out
to
to
July, August. That's only
like
60
I said,
days.
I think like
2 months.
before, the date that has been, tentatively set can be reached depending upon when they started.
Well, didn't they start after November 20th last year, right?
Well, shit. If that's the case, if you have to go off Seifu, because Seifu was embedded into this blockchain.
That's what I was saying.
So if you really want to break it down, well, what's the hardest part of this blockchain? It's the rebasing, right? So if you want to talk about testing, we've been testing since Seifu, right? Like, I mean,
no. That's not a blockchain.
I'm not talking about that.
Seifu was just a token without utility, bro. We're talking about blockchain now.
Yeah.
Come on,
well, hold on. Whoa. What? Okay. So what is the difference?
What do you mean?
No, hold on. What are some of the biggest differences in our blockchain versus any other blockchain housing projects? What's the difference? I just want to know what's the coding difference. No, I want to know what's the coding difference. Okay, so we just talked about rebasing, right? We talked about rebasing was done on the Seifu contract, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to say that's not a blockchain.
Oh, wait, no, look, we're gonna break this down the slow way. I wish I did have my camera on. Look,
put your camera on, Father. That's it.
I gotta go put some pants on.
Oh no,
stripper job, man.
Hey man, just don't stand up. Don't stand up.
Listen, man. Look,
come on,
stripper job, man. At the old people home, man. Here's what
I want to understand. Why is it always strippers come up?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
man. Like strippers always come up.
I keep saying virtual strippers.
Hey, it is what it is. I think that's a big market right there. I don't know
Man,
why.
but
Listen.
Fowler, I keep telling people,
Listen,
you ain't even got to leave your house to cheat, man.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna find a way to get those NFTs and the strippers together. They're gonna make a match before everybody else. Right now, it's a race game. It's a race right now. But look, here's what I'm trying to say with this safe food thing, man. All right, so the coding for the rebasing was done in the safe food contract. Whether it had projects or not, don't matter. That's just revenue. All right, projects is just the revenue that the fucking blockchain is generating. I'm talking about the actual coding, right? Because that's what we testing. Okay, so if we go by just the coding, well, guess what? The rebase code was started in safe food. Now, as far as the numbers, yeah, those changed. So that big interest rate that was causing all the inflation, yeah, that's changed. Okay, so now you want to talk about testing. As far as testing numbers, well, I mean, they got some eggheads. They'll act like they don't have the people to actually run numbers because we know they do. Okay, so we know that we got the people to do the numbers. So if you got the code, you got the people to run the numbers. You got about, it's been at least a year if you're just talking about the March of launching from Seifu, right? So we
you can't go back that far. You can't.
Nah, we definitely going back this far.
No, you can't go back that far.
Nah, Pride, man. You know, look, listen.
In Dubai, we haven't even we wasn't even starting developing when we was in Dubai.
But I get that. But what I'm saying,
that was October.
When I said Seifu, you brought up it's a whole different thing. It's a blockchain. And you accomplished it's a blockchain. That is true. But the coding for blockchains and housing projects ain't changed from whether it's Ethereum or it's Cardano. It don't matter. It's all the same damn code. So what I'm saying is, what are you really testing? Okay, so if we're gonna talk about how much
I'm saying it's not. I'm saying it's not.
Listen, I'm not saying you need at least a year to run something. Trust me, I've been in development too. Trust me, you have to test these codes. Yes, that's true. Right. But what I'm saying is they're not reinventing the wheel. They're more adding on to the wheel, right? Because the wheel was already spinning, but now they put something that no other wheel has done. Right. So what are you really testing? You're testing that new addition that you added to the wheel. The wheel's already been running.
Right. I agree with you on that.
The wheel's already been rotating, man.
I agree with you on that, but that's not going to be done overnight. That's what I'm trying to say.
We've had way more overnights, brother. We've been doing this for a minute. You grow gray hair. I've grown gray hair. We all grow gray hair. But that's the whole thing is, guess what? We can't make it seem like they reinvented the whole wheel. They just added on to the wheel. So as far as
reinvented the whole wheel because it's the first time it's ever been done on a blockchain.
I get that, but I'm saying you make it seem like they can't get it done in 30 days with the Sure DeFi. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they can do it.
Get done.
You can have to do it. If listen, if it was up to me, I would say whoever is ready to submit to KYC, you submit to this link, right?
Yeah. Boom. Why they not doing that? Answer that question. Why they not doing that right now?
Listen, man. If I had those,
why they not doing it?
Getting paid? Hey, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting.
Why they not doing it? Why they not doing it right now?
Okay. Right now, Pride. I think part of it is they don't
want people to waste their money.
They have like 20 some odd. They have 20 some odd testers right now, and technically, that's all they need to run the blockchain. Now, I don't know if
we already said it's EVM compatible. How many times we already said it's EVM compatible? That means if it's EVM compatible, it should be able to go on this blockchain or that blockchain because those type of that type of code in the contract is the same as Ethereum, as Cardano. It's all the same. So really, all we testing is one that our code, that rebasing code, adds on to a standard cookie cutter blockchain, right? Let's just say that. I'm not saying it's I don't know what's in the code because I ain't seen the code, right? But what I'm saying is if we take a generic boat, right, and you add the souped up performance on this regular old boat, I'm gonna square past everybody who got the same generalized boat, but they ain't got the same engine. That's all I'm saying. You're testing the engine, not the structure of the boat. The structure of the boat has been tested over and over. Now, are you going to test it to make sure it floats? Yes. You don't want to put a boat out the first time it's got holes in it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. The test is
take time. I just don't think they're going to it don't take that long like you thinking. Like, I mean, I'm going to give you one thing, though. You did tell me August. Yes, you did tell me August, but we ain't close to August yet. So
when do you think we're launching? Your opinion. When do you think we're launching?
I know I said June 1st, but I really mean like mid-June. which is more or less end of June.
All
But
right,
that's as far as I'm getting you.
So
As far as
like,
I'm getting you.
I'm only 45 days off then.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's not bad. I'm just saying you were saying August,
and that's being bullish.
What, in August?
Yeah.
Damn.
July, August.
So that means you talk somewhere around what, October?
No, I'm still sticking with July,
September.
August. So I see otherwise. Now, if we don't go if we don't reach gamma in 2 weeks, then I'm going to, later on.
Yeah, because like, all right, so let's say gamma starts. We would need to be in gamma for now. How
30
long?
days.
30 days, right?
At least, yep.
I remember once upon a time, people were saying, oh man, when we started beta testing that from day one, it's going to be 30 days that we could launch. Now it's 30 days every phase. What's going on here? What's going on?
It's not going to be no 5 days. Ain't going to be no 5 days.
I know it ain't going to be 5 days. I'm just saying.
It's going to be 10 days. It's not going to be 10 days, right? You agree with that?
I could give them 10 days. I could get something.
Oh, come on, man. 10 days.
Man. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I just think
10 days, man. Come on, man. Come on.
They could when they want to move fast, it seems like they move fast. When they don't,
but when you move fast, that's when you start making mistakes.
Exactly. Well, I don't want to move too fast, but 10 days,
right, so
that's
10 days, that's ridiculous. That's not normal.
Show
me a blockchain. Show me a blockchain that went through gamma in 10 days.
Shit. Not too many. I don't know. Do they even show? How many blockchains tell you when they in gamma?
No, father.
A lot. If you're in the community,
they can't. Okay, look, Vulcan is not even in gamma.
Said the jab could be tested and released in less than a year, then so can Vulcan blockchain.
Show me a blockchain that launched less than a year. Show me that.
Nah, see you can't even mention that C word here, but I mean, I didn't even take that vaccine, bro. I don't care. I didn't do it. So,
but once again, gentlemen, y'all, nobody else is rebasing. Y'all have to keep in mind
that vaccine been in the works for years. So don't even say that. That vaccine been in the works for years. They just sped up the process. That's all. Fast track.
Donald Richardson.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
This is Vulcan is the new drug dealer on the block. Whether or not y'all want to believe it or not.
Look, we want to.
We just having problems with our shipment from Colombia, right?
And that's it. That's it. They just trying to make sure.
We stuck at customs.
Well, because here it is. In the 80s, the dope got stepped on 200 times. Vulcan is trying not to be stepped on 200 times before it gets to the
Prado. I'm not.
Prado's Prado.
It gets launched.
I told you. Prado thinks it was just pretty much a cut and paste, a fork of Ethereum, and that's not the case. As you can see, what we're going through right now. If we were a fork of Ethereum, we would have been in gamma phase right about now. So it's not a fork of Ethereum. This stuff takes time to get done. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not going to be done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's all I'm saying. And if you want to believe that, you can continue to believe that. If Prado, if you think it's going to launch it May 1st or May 27th, then you want some hopium.
Ooh, challenge.
Damn, Sally. Oh,
it's just fact. Hopium.
I stay out them friendly fights. No, I don't get in them.
It's hopium.
No.
So, but Fowler, your Crypto Pride's dates don't seem too far off.
Yeah, I know. Only 45 days off. Yeah,
within 5 days, right?
I've always said as long as it lands in Q2, that's pretty much what I was saying. Like, all right, Q somewhere in Q2 it worked. Don't give them no dates. I always said you should never. I was always saying, I don't know why they keep giving these damn dates. And they keep giving the dates.
Christmas.
And I was
dates make me nervous, right? Because know, again, anything can happen in the development life cycle, right? And you may have to, kind of shift some dates around, and then you're going to have people upset, and then that's going to put some folks in the uproar,
Yeah, I've always said they shouldn't have dates. They should never have dates because
people are going to be upset when it comes May 27th. He's like, you said May 27th. You said May 27th.
Right.
We can't hear you, Compton.
Oh, we can't. We heard you for a little bit, and then you started fading out.
And Prado, stop fudding. You know I ain't say no Christmas.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah. Look, like what I was saying is that we want a flawless operation.
Right.
Exactly. That's the main thing.
To release with issues like Fallers over here saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. Why do you think Post-Chain is taking 2 years to develop and come out? Why do you think Hex has been with a flawless operation, no issues? That's what we want, right? And
come, man. I was
all I'm
saying.
You're more corrupt than that A-ball, man.
Nah, man. Look,
Right,
all I'm saying is that every different project is going to be testing different things. We can't sit here and say Pulse Chain is on the same spot as Vulcan right now.
So let me tell you something.
Why? They doing something new. They doing something completely new. Why not?
Yeah, it's different. But let me tell you something. Samsung pushed that Note 7 really hard to beat the iPhone. What happened to that Note 7? It started exploding on people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It started exploding on people, right? Because they made it trashy, right? They had inspections. They had everything you want to call it. It took a year. And guess what? That phone came out, what? Recall. The iPhone has never had an issue and has never been recalled. Vulcan needs to be the iPhone, not the Samsung, my brother. We need to be the iPhone of crypto with no issues and none like that.
I mean, yeah, we should. I'm not denying that, and I'm definitely not telling them to launch anything faster than what they are capable of handling 100% launch. I mean, but all I'm saying is when it comes to, we can't say one blockchain compared to another blockchain just because they had 2 years and we had 1 year. We can't say that it's anywhere on the same level because one, I don't know what the hell they testing as of right now, like what they are testing versus what our team is testing. Two, we're totally different blockchains doing totally different things. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with anybody up here saying they should be out by now or they should take longer. They should go at their own drumbeat because they are the ones working on it. It's like you trying to tell somebody to move fast on fixing an engine in a car. Okay, sure, no problem. I'll speed it up. But guess what? When you go speeding down the expressway and for whatever reason your engine lock up and pop out the front of your vehicle, well, I mean, that's what happens when you speed up. But I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that we all doing something different. And I know for a fact Vulcan is different than anything else. Like that is just a fact. Richard Hart, great guy. Got nothing against him, right? Nothing against him. But I just cannot compare. I cannot compare blockchain to blockchain. Who should be out, who should be not. And then on top of that, who's to determine our contract needs to be just as long comparatively to the next blockchain. I can't say that because again, our stuff was being worked on in a token form before it jumped into the blockchain. Now, if you want to add all the other stuff and make it, longer, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. That's right. It should take that long, but a token and a coin is totally different. I get that. I'm not saying it ain't. I'm not saying that ain't. But what I am gonna say is that being that our blockchain has rebasing mechanics from a token that we sacrificed from, and that code is being added to a blockchain, right? To make the first blockchain a blockchain that has rebasing mechanics, which is auto staking. Ain't nobody doing it right now. Ain't nobody, ain't a soul close.
That's why it's so difficult, brother.
And I get it's difficult, but and it should be difficult. I want it to be difficult. If it wasn't difficult, I'm probably not here. I'm probably on the next thing that's shooting up because there'll be hundreds of them popping up at the same time. We know this is a copycat league. If everybody had the ability to do it, there'll be a whole bunch of Vulcans running around right now as a blockchain, but it's not. It ain't not one.
So your reason is it should get done quicker because
no. I'm not saying it should be quicker. What I'm saying is we can't compare. Like you said, Pulse chain 2 years, Vulcan 1 year. Should Vulcan be at 2 years before it launches? No, there's no way to say it. Just because Pulse chain is at 2 years does not mean Vulcan should have to go through 2 years as well. That's not necessarily true. That's not true because we're not doing the same things.
So Daniel's blowing up the comment section right about now. So he's saying here that the only thing we need to get done is the Firestorm. After that, we'll fly through. We're not just a copy and paste of Ethereum. We have, I guess he's meaning new code. We have no code yet, But what Pride thinks is that code is just not being written, and it's not. It's being tested, not written. Rebasing is done. They figured it out. We are only waiting for Firestorm to be fixed with its relationship with the rebase.
That's all I'm saying too.
He said but Daniel also said beta's gonna take 5 days. Right or wrong, Daniel. Right or wrong, Daniel.
Protonomics has to say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man.
That's how protonomics works.
That boy got a kerosene can that's got a label on it that says protonomics. He just be drinking it by the jug. 5 days.
Yeah.
That's how protonomics works, man. He gets fired up. I mean, I like to see that happen. I really do. But I mean, and I stand behind what I said. I think that the date range that was reasonable depended upon when the development started. And whatever they're dealing with right now to figure out Firestorm, again, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what the hurdle is. I have to only assume they're getting their best people on it. That's why things have been somewhat quiet, as far as Vulcan's concerned, because, we're talking about OOXY. There's, the Seifu version 2, announcement came out today, some details around that. So these guys in the background have to be doing everything they can to get Firestorm up and going. Now, let's say that they get it resolved this week, next week. I think it's still reasonable to get to that, late May, early June timeframe. Worst case scenario would be what your projection is, Pride, which is only 5 days away from what Fowler was suggesting, right?
No, Fowler said late. He said late June. I'm more July, August.
Okay. So you said late June to July, August.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
late June is still Q2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still Q2. I said close and fall in Q2. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault the team being late. They said Q2. You know what I'm saying? That's the date. Q2. So, no, not that May 27. That's just a tentative date that they just threw out the. I ain't buying it. That's for me. I feel like that's what you throw to the wolves. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pacify it. There you go.
So let me ask you something, Fowler.
Yeah.
Do you think that, with that being said, the more projects that we have up and running before we open up would be great for transaction-wise, as far as with the nodes and light nodes?
Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about, beefing up the launch, I mean, they could do that at any point they want. I mean, honestly, but I mean, only they will know that they can fulfill the marketing that they put out. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we gotta always remember. Like, it's a timing game. We know it's a timing game. Like, we sit back, it's a timing game. You gotta first off, you don't want to be in the crappiest market, right? They don't want to launch. Let's just say, for example, they say July 15th. Let's just throw it out there. And let's just say, for real, they are honestly really shooting. I mean, they got ready to go. My man's got put the new socks on them. It's ready to go. Like, it's ready to go to blow these socks off, right? Like, this is it. July 10th, right? It's July 10th. Everybody's hyped up. We got Prado up here, trying to schedule what we're doing this 24-hour live stream for everybody. All that stuff, right?
Pride was right. Yep.
Right. Well, I guess. Whatever. So we do this July 15th deal, right? We do.
Now you're talking, Fowler. Now you're talking, brother.
Whatever, man. You ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say next. Look. So it's July. It's supposed to be for July 15th. It's July 10th. Look, the banks go just straight to the grave. Like, I mean, it's pandemonium on the streets. All right, it's pandemonium on the streets. You think they gonna still launch? You still think they gonna launch that Pride? Is this pandemonium in the streets? I'm talking about. It's on the news.
They'll use that as excuse.
But not as excuse.
I'm telling you, they will use that excuse for not being ready.
But I mean, that's a timing you dig. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you're gonna keep pushing it back, at least market it where it's like remember we did the 25 grand. What was it? The 25 grand thing on Gleam? Yeah, you gotta keep throwing that out there, man. You gotta keep throwing the chum to the water and keep trying to have the sharks follow the boat. Okay, just keep them following the boat. I don't feel like that's the one thing I feel like isn't going on. If somebody wants some criticism, some true hardcore criticism, I don't feel like the chum is in the water where you trying to make Jaws follow the boat to where you want to get them, right? Yeah. I feel like it's just like, all right, we pushed it back, hit the boat full speed, get away from the sharks. Like, why? Like, no, keep them building up, keep them build like Richardson's talking about right now. Like, build up more for this. No more sacrifices, right? Nobody wants to sacrifice. We only got this. The OOXY Sacrifice is the only one that's viable at this moment. So beyond that, nobody wants to see no more. I mean, technically, nobody wants to see the sacrifice, right? Because we keep losing the votes, right? So nobody wants to see the sacrifices for Vulcan. So everybody wants to see launch, right? Okay, well, let's start using some marketing, building up the sharks behind the boat as we, slow down until we're ready to go. And that's one thing I don't feel like is going on. I mean, I get the articles, they there, but just the only thing I feel like is like when we tried to, build up our numbers and get the, the Discord and everything, we did a lot to get some attention, right? Yeah. Well, why we can't keep that attention like kind of going, like keep it pulling? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because we're not ready. Since they're doing all that stuff, we're not ready. That's wasting money.
Okay, right. So it's timing. That's what I'm saying. It's all timing. So I can't expect, marketing just keep going because guess what? Who knows?
Like Brian said, we haven't even touched that marketing budget of 1.2 million.
I just feel like they could turn the keys and get this thing going whenever they want. All right, that's how I feel.
Oh, so that's your thoughts. Is they could just, it's ready when they're ready.
Not exactly. I mean, yeah, they still good. They're still working on things. I'm talking about as far as like ramping everything up when it comes to marketing, when they ready to get, eyes and everything. I feel like they have like this turnkey, way of doing things. And it works. I mean, can't say it don't work because they got proofs in the pudding. But I'm just saying, like, hopefully when they get this all going, we don't have no, what they call it, extra event in the world that kind of like knocks this all off. Because I feel like it's timing, man.
See, we got the man, the myth, the legend.
Max, 12 days more for beta best based on the last tech meeting held 2 days ago. So 12 more days, guys. See, there you go.
All right, there you go. So, bam. Transparency, baby.
Love it.
There you go. Breaking news here.
So that's 2 more weeks of beta right there.
Manifestation. That's what that shit is called.
Yeah. Pride.
That's still not gamma. That's 12 more days for beta.
Right. So it's got to extend 12 more days of beta before you get the gamma, right?
Right. So that's 2 more weeks behind.
Bam. So that's what I'm saying.
But still doable in quarter 2.
It's still doable in quarter 2.
So because
your late June target is on target. It's on point.
Once again, when you think of Brian Legend, you think of chess, not checkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I could be wrong, but
it is. Yes, we know that Brian is in the building, and thanks for joining us, Brian, and thanks for letting us know this information about 12 more days of beta. Here. So that's what's up. Again, transparency. No one can say that he does not communicate. Right. There it is.
Yeah.
And Brian, I want Brian to answer this question for me. Where's the prior question at? Is the code being written? That's all I want to know. Is the code being written, or is the code? Is y'all using the same code from Safe?
No way. No,
the code's being written, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. Sorry,
the code. It's a new code being written for the blockchain. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, crypto Pride. That question is over my pay raise. So.
Yeah, answer this question. Answer this question right here, Brian. Right there, that Prado just said.
Where right? Okay, I didn't see this.
So let's see. Did Brian comment?
That's kind of like what I was saying, man. It's adding an engine to a general boat.
Look at him. Now he said, "Oh my God."
I mean, you gotta, tinker some things. But yeah. I mean,
why the code is being written? Because it's being all this rebasing and flex pull and power pull.
Now he's
all
saying
that's
probably
been
12 more days is
implemented.
12 more days. It's not July, bro. That's 12 more days for beta, buddy. 12 more days for beta. Blockchain is going, it's Golang, not Solidity. Thank you. So it's a new code. It's being written.
Yeah, sit to that. Price, sit to that.
There it is. So
There it
let's see,
is.
what is it? What is Biz saying here? Max 12 days. Yeah, the word is max. You're right. Yeah. So that can shrink to up to, right? So it's not to exceed.
I mean,
Brian, answer the question. Is Pride crazy?
Do we need to
No,
Kyle,
you
got
saying
the
it's
A
already.
ball?
You
You
saying
got
the code is
the
not
A
being
ball?
written. The code is being written.
Yeah, the code's being written because things are being implemented. They can't just
Right.
copy the code from.
Exactly.
They're like, all right, we're just gonna
That's what I'm
implement
trying
this
to
and this
say.
and this and this. This is a blockchain. This ain't simple.
Right. Thank you.
I'm trying to get where we was wrong. What's going on? So I mean, yeah.
I'm right and he's wrong.
Oh, you talking about Daddy? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, well.
So he didn't say that. I missed what are you saying? He didn't say that.
I like Brian.
Oh,
like
he
Brian
didn't
Stuff.
say that code was being written, I think is what Daniel was saying here.
He just said it's not Solidity, it's Golang. So
Okay,
So it's one of those, it's read between the lines, but I think Pride is getting his answer from reading between the lines.
yeah, I understand what's going on.
Yes. Pride is just remaining on the cautious
Just
side. That's
remaining,
all.
yeah, man, he's just being really extremely conservative.
There's
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that. Yeah, it's not wrong with that because again, what's gonna happen if you already know what's gonna happen if
I keep on telling y'all this shit is not easy. Building a
Man,
blockchain is not easy, like he said.
we're in the desert, man. Look, Pride's gonna have us drinking one drip of water from one canteen every 6 hours. Conservative, boy.
I know, like
So
I said,
Prelvis is asking for Brian to get the link and come on and explain in detail. So Brian, the link is right there below if you care to join and give us some more knowledge on this topic. So it's completely up to you, sir. So we've got Confirmant in the building. Thanks for joining, Confirmant. Why focus on Seifu Go right now? Do you think it's to give the community something to trade while testnet is moving along for better or worse? You think this will affect Vulcan's possible volume?
Is he asking that to Brian?
I don't know.
I think it sounded like he asking that to Brian.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Did he have another comment beforehand?
Who was that, Prado?
No, it's Confirmant.
I think he's talking to Brian because we haven't been talking about Seifu Go.
We started out with Seifu Go, but then we came right back. I mean, that was an hour ago, though.
Yeah,
I want to say this.
Oh, he's saying he's asking.
Oh, okay. He's saying that's to everyone. All right, what was that?
Daryl Everett says, "Cut Pride out of live. He's tired of his soft foot."
I ain't taught us stuff. I'm just being real. Like I said,
Nah.
I'm being cautious with you guys.
He ain't fudding. He's being realistic. He's being
just
realistic.
like Brian said, I'm being cautious. And like I said, like he said, if you highlight Brian's comments, he said it was a Golang, right? Y'all guys know what Golang is. It's an open source. It's an open source code. But you got to think that open source code, we have to add rebase into the open source code. That's the difficult part that we're going through right now. That's what Daniel don't understand. It's not just a cut and paste.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving y'all facts for real. Go look it up. I mean, Golang is an open source code. Anybody can use the open source code.
I mean,
it makes development very, very easy. But the fact is, y'all don't realize is that the Golang code, you gotta implement the rebasing aspect to that code. That's where we're stuck at.
So let me say this real quick. Whether it comes out in June,
somebody talking in the back.
Yeah, I do hear some background.
Oh,
I think that was Compton because he went.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, I think that was Compton. But
No, I wasn't gonna. Why Compton coming back? I would have thought it was copy and paste, right? Like we
There ain't
all
no copy
know
and paste.
you can't copy and paste the code together because it's gonna come back with an error every damn time. It has to link, right? So, yeah. That's why I said it takes testing. I'm just saying I don't think it'll be taking the same amount of testing. I was saying like comparatively to different projects because we don't know how much code in each project, right? So. But I don't know what Daddy talking about. So
I don't know what you're talking about either.
That's a beef y'all got, man. I don't know what's going on there.
No, he said pride is adding to what is there already. And by the way, that is done. How you know all this stuff is done?
Yeah, so Biz is saying that the rebase is done.
How you know all this stuff is done?
So yeah, Biz, where are you getting your intel about the rebase being done? Because again, I'm about a week behind right now, maybe 3 days behind. So you guys on a panel, are you aware that the rebase is done?
No, nobody said anything about the rebase is being done. All I heard was that the Firestone is being worked on right now.
So yeah, Biz,
and beta testing has to be 12 days away from now.
Pride said he want to know where all this information comes from.
Yeah, tell me. I'm missing something because I'm in the Discords constantly. I'm getting the daily news constantly from Discords. Tell me where it's at.
Oh man, sorry, Chad. Yeah, Pride, you getting some hate, man. You know.
All right, man. Hey.
Don't tell me we having another setup like Poodles. Oh Lord.
No. It's not that. Not that.
Please.
Like I said, I'm just being cautious. No balls, whatever you want to call it, whatever.
Yeah, because I've been following Pride, and I'm gonna keep on following Pride and listening to Pride. Y'all ain't finna talk bad about my boy now. Come on now.
No, I think they're just giving Pride a hard time.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what nobody's talking about, but it sounds good. That's all I know.
And so, what's it called? Whether it comes out in June or it comes out in September, it don't matter.
You gotta forget. We still, like I said,
this needs to come out correctly.
Let me go back for a second. He said max 12 days for beta, right? Beta doesn't even have rebasing in it. So what is Prado talking about rebasing to go with the Firestone? The beta testing it doesn't even have rebasing in it, Prado.
Correct.
So now it was I don't think it was Prado who said that. It was Biz that was saying that the rebase is done.
No, he said Danny Prado says we're waiting for Firestone to fix its relationship with the rebase. That's it. But we're not in the rebasing stage yet. Yeah, we're not in the rebase stage.
I think it would be good if Brian comes down here and just clears the thing out. That's it.
So the link is out there if he wants to join.
I'm gonna let y'all suffer.
Hey, Prado, don't you have to take another snapshot with Trump over there in Mar-a-Lago?
Damn.
Oh man.
So confirmation, Prodonomics knows all testnet stages.
Yeah.
So yes, it does. Beta's just all about rebase and Firestorm, bro.
Oh God, that needs to show me the roadmap again.
You gonna pull up the roadmap?
I'll put a roadmap again for him.
You're gonna have to put that roadmap right there where that Snoopy is at.
This is beta testnet, which is going to last, according to Brian, 12 more days max. Vulcan rebranding, which is done. No rebasing. Fire Pit, which we're working on the Firestone right now. Vulcan Trace without rebase. Need I say more?
It's not fun. It's facts, man. People need to understand this thing needs to come out correctly. If it doesn't, I'm gonna hear y'all guys complain. And why did they didn't take time? They should have taken their time.
Right,
Man.
they rushed it. They rushed it. Yeah. Take your time, Brian and Tate. Take your time. However long it takes.
We don't know nothing about coding. We listened to Prado, his Prodonomics, and they didn't work. Well, there you go.
Oh man, that was too much. So Biz popped this in the comments. So outcome of today's tech meeting. So the error of incorrect data affecting.
Being realistic that this thing needs to take time to get corrected to come out smoothly. If it comes out with issues,
rebase
we're gonna have a line of it.
We're
gonna have a line of people.
Firestorm presented issues that clash.
There you go.
So of course, that code needs to be reworked across the next 12 days. Once it's implemented, we will go to Gamma.
There you go. Bam! There you go.
There you go.
Transparency,
Prado. There you
baby.
go, Prado. There you go, Prado.
It is.
Yeah, there you go, Prado.
But technically, wasn't Prado right? He said the rebase code was implemented and worked and was fine, which means done. So, which that would make Prado right.
Prado's wrong still.
Damn, look at that.
Yeah.
I got you back, Prado. I got you.
Pradonomics.
You know I love you, Prado. You know I love you, Prado.
Father, stop kissing butt, bro.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to make sure I'm you know, the small,
from
the
Chicago
people, the
don't get down
voiceless
like
is
that.
heard, man. I'm just making sure the voiceless is heard.
Homies in Chicago don't get like down.
So
Like that, Father.
Crypto Bull Prelvis is saying that he believes that the roadmap needs to be updated. Why would you say that, Prelvis? Because this 12 days. So, Pride, can you pull up the roadmap again?
Yeah,
feel like
they don't have. They need to
Still
focus
on
on
what?
that blockchain. The roadmap don't have. They don't have time to update the roadmap. Here's the roadmap. Beta testnet. Vulcan rebranding. No rebase and
Prado
fire.
should focus.
Vulcan
Prado should
trace
focus
without
on getting
rebase.
that. What's it called?
So,
The
all right.
the Roma in his truck.
So, yeah. So, if we're in Gamma and all that needs to be tested is because, I think everyone agrees that Gamma is probably the hardest part of this whole exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, assuming things test well in Gamma, I think we should still be on target for Q2, right?
Yeah, you
what's
never know.
What's 3?
We can have issues like we had. We can have issues like we had in beta testnet. Because we still got to add in rebase 5-pit Vulcan faucet, which we got to bring that out again. The Vulcan trace with rebase. Hyperverse launch, that's easy. Then we got the Delta testnet, simulated light nodes. They got to still, and then fixed flex. That's gonna be another.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a hard thing to have. Let's just see.
Dismal.
Prado is going in. So, guys, let me put it to you like this: rebase is what this is all about. Without the rebase, we cannot move forward. End of story. Yes, it is all about the rebase. The reason we haven't released is because rebase isn't ready.
Wait, what? Man, Prado, man, I just stood up for you, dog. You just gonna shoot me in the foot like that, dog? Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's what you get, Father.
Wow. You're your own people, man.
They have a
Your own people.
They have a
own
saying in
people.
Spanish. They have a saying in Spanish. Be careful who you put your hands in the fire for, homie.
I see.
Yeah.
Because you get burned real quick.
Prado said, "Sit on the lake."
Send me the link. Oh God.
Oh, all right. Send
Oh,
it to me.
yeah.
Here's the link, Prado.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have it. Whoa,
He needs to
man.
go to sleep because he has a job to do tomorrow.
Yeah, go to sleep, Prado. We gotta go to sleep. I gotta be to bed by 11 myself.
Yeah, I can't
Oh,
believe you.
here it is.
I can't believe you said that. Yeah, watch it.
And the rundown is next. The rundown is next. Prado was here.
All right, Prado,
Listen,
you are
What's
live.
going on, fellas?
What's up, man?
Listen, bro.
Prado.
Right. So
And the
this is
rundown
no.
is
I
next.
wanted to come on because I wanted to say this. What we're talking about and what Pride is getting confused with is the beta. What we're in right now is in beta, right? And the rebase is not implemented yet. Of course, it's not. But that's what they're working on. It's the reason. Like it's part of what they're doing now. And when we enter Gamma, the only reason and the only way that we could enter Gamma is because the rebase works. So that's why when you look at that Pride, when you look at that roadmap and it says that we're now entering now with rebase, it doesn't say that.
Every other word, man.
But he already said that rebases was implemented.
Hold on. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the right Wi-Fi, guys. Hold on. I know. Hold on. Yeah, I'm on the wrong one, guys. Hold on.
Yeah, he said rebase
And
code
while
was
we're waiting on
implemented
Daniel,
and worked was fine.
86 days left. Lots.
Okay. You guys can hear me better
12
now?
days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I was
get
saying
over
is
that
the roadmap says when you look at the roadmap, it doesn't say that we're in the part of testnet that has rebase. It says it in the next part, which is Gamma. And the reason why it says it is because they're working on it now. So it wouldn't say that it's in there now. So that's why Pride is getting a little confused when he looks at that roadmap. And he's saying, "Well, no, we're not in it now because look, it doesn't even say it. It says that we're going to be in it later when we go into Gamma, but we can't go into Gamma without the rebase working. So that's what's being worked on now."
He said the rebase has already been implemented and works fine.
No, it hasn't been implemented.
No.
He said that it's fixed now. Listen. You guys are getting this. You guys are getting this confused. It's now fixed. It's not been implemented. We don't have anything. Nothing has happened yet. We have not entered Gamma yet. When we enter Gamma, that's when we will see the rebase. But we can't enter Gamma yet.
Look at your screen. What's it say?
Product just got burned.
Yeah, man, you burn me, now you get burned. See how that works?
It's the firestorm we're working through, buddy. Working through. He just
He dropped the mic. It's just he dropped the mic.
Are you? Can you guys hear me?
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. All right, listen. What I was saying is, when we enter into Gamma, that's when you will see the rebase. We're not seeing the rebase now because that's what they have to fix. Now that he says that it's finished. That's true. That's totally believable. We understand. What's not finished though is that relationship with Firestorm. You know how when we go through that whole, and the Firestorm is going to end up burning away or like vaporizing all those extra tokens. Okay. That there is a problem between that Firestorm event and the rebase and its interaction with each other. When they fix that, then we move on to Firestorm because that means everything is fixed. They cannot go into Gamma with saying that the rebase is fixed, but yet there's a problem with that. I've already asked him about this because I said, well, why don't we just go into it? And then even if we go live and that's still a problem, you still have all this time until the first firestorm. And he was like, no, it's got to be 100% ready now.
Right.
So when we move into that, that's the reason why we're not in in Delta. You wouldn't see any evidence or you wouldn't see any rebases. Like, remember when we all claimed those fake tokens or those fake coins, and we were like, everyone was going nuts. They just sat there, right? They didn't do anything. See, the next time when we go into Gamma and we do that, they're going to start to rebase. Yeah. We're going to see them rebasing, but that that's when we see the rebasing. That's why you see it in the roadmap. When you look at it in the roadmap, if you look at the roadmap right now, of course, it doesn't say anything about rebasing because we're not in rebasing yet, but they have to set it up first before we can get to it. You guys get it now?
But the roadmap does say something about rebasing.
Of course it does. In the next phase that we enter.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're not there yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We're not there. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not there yet. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but what I'm saying is the reason I'm telling you the reasons why is because the rebase, there was a problem. There was like 2 technical difficulties with it. Those things got fixed. But then as they were fixing that, that's when they ran into the problem with the Firestorm. Once they fix that, then we move on. That's why he said that we probably have like another 12 days. Right. But this whole thing, though, this entire operation, everything that we're talking about, the reason why you're on the screen right now, all of you guys, is because of the rebase. If there's no rebase, we're Binance. Like what's the point, right? We're just another blockchain. We'll just be like everybody else. But the rebase is what makes everything different. Forget about even Firestorm because Ethereum has that. We're going to come up with this entire whole new thing, which is a rebase coin that needs to be perfect before anything happens. And because it's going to also have a relationship with Firestorm, that also has to be perfect. And then we enter Gamma. Once we're in Gamma, it's just a bunch of dApps. It's going to fly right through Pride. I'm telling you.
We're not going to fly right through.
It's a bunch of dApps after that. You think that this is all being written right now, and it's not.
It is being written. It says, what says? Course that code needs to be reworked. Okay, rework right here. Code needs to be reworked.
That's it. But that's not writing it though. You know that, right?
I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay, Pride, do you think that rewriting code is the same as writing an entire code from scratch?
I didn't say write entire code from scratch. Like I said, we're using Golang, so that's an open source code. It's already written. We just add into the open source code.
Yeah, so that's different.
Which is writing new code.
Okay. All right. You're going to continue to believe that. That's fine. I can't. I obviously can't talk you out of that. It's not rewriting. When you're just adding things to it, it's when you rewrite or write new code, that means you're starting something from scratch. You're creating something just from beginning to end. That takes a ton of time, and I would be right there with you. But that's not what's happening. So.
All right. So you say we take the same code from the Safe Food DApp and we send it over to the blockchain? That's what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
So what are you saying?
It obviously is going to be different because we're not talking about a token here. What is Brian saying here? Rebase code was implemented, worked, and was fine. Firestorm presented issues that clashed. So of course that code needs to be reworked. Reworked is not rewritten or even written, period, which again is what you keep on saying across the next 12 days. Which, of course, if it was being written, period, or even rewritten, it'd take a whole heck of a lot longer than 12 days, that's for sure. Once it's implemented, we will go to Gamma.
To me, rework means rewritten.
And that's where you're wrong.
Okay.
There's no
disagree on that one because we don't.
Yeah, we could agree to disagree on that, but like to me, writing code or even rewriting code takes a lot longer than just touching up something, or because it's already been done is what I'm telling you. The whole part of writing the code for the rebasing, yes, that did take time, but they didn't start writing that last week or a month ago.
I mean,
that's been being worked on for a long time.
I'm on the train with Prado on this one. When somebody says, hey, something needs to be reworked in the code, I would be like, okay, you're gonna take out a couple of pieces, see what's gonna what matches up, because clearly there's some type of conflict, right? So until that solution is found, I don't expect them to, in order to fix one thing, I do not expect you to erase everything back to the beginning.
Right, I said erase everything. You gotta rework it.
Right, but that wouldn't be
editing code.
To me, that would be
adding
considered
is what already has been written by our devs.
So yeah,
Brian Legend.
Rework editing code and add into what's already been written.
Devs. It's already been written.
Yeah,
that's a different story, Pride. I'm telling you.
So it's more
writing a whole new code is like months of work, bro. Months and months.
It's like a recipe.
Yeah, I mean, there's no it's like Mrs. Worldwide said, it's like a recipe, right? Once you have the recipe, if it doesn't work, you just tweak a couple things, but getting to the point where you've gotten all these things together and you feel like you have this masterpiece that you want everyone to taste, it might not work a little bit because you might have to lower the oregano a little bit or add a little bit more pepper here or whatever. You want to make sure that it's perfect before you put it in front of somebody. That's all that's happening here. They're not writing an entire new menu here. It's that part's already been done. The hard part's been done. And yes, they did that hard part. Don't get me wrong. A lot of it was copied, the copy it over and stuff. The 80% done, everybody likes to say that. That's true. But there's a lot of code that needed to be written, like the new DApp for OOXY. Well, that was a lot of copied off of Pancake Swap as well. But especially the code for that rebase, that's brand new. Had the relationship between rebase and the Firestorm, that's brand new. That needed to be written, and that took months. I mean, we got to remember we've been at this since August, so they've been doing a lot of work, and Prabhu has been doing a lot, especially in the form of writing code. But they're not just starting that now. If that were the case, we wouldn't be releasing in July. I'll tell you that right now, or August. If we wouldn't be, because they'd have too much to do.
So Confirmance got a comment here. He said, they're writing brand new code for the rebasing on top of the already made source code. So who has ever had Firestorm, hence the issue. So
exactly. That's good.
So I think
Ethereum has Firestorm. They're the ones who created it, right? So but we don't know what the relationship is between Firestorm and Rebase. That's the difference. Now the biggest, baddest, newest thing that we have is the Rebase. New code, new everything. Now it has to have a relationship. You guys have to understand that relationship is important There can't be like an argument between them ever. You know what I mean? Like they have to always get along and they always have to marry. It always has to be perfect every single time. So that firestorm, I know what you meant, compliment. That firestorm has got to be perfect with the rebase. And since that's new code, and also Firestorm is a new code, by the way, it's being implemented now on a whole new blockchain other than Ethereum with a relationship with rebase. You guys get it? There's things that are being figured out now, but it is going to be figured out, and I think it'll be done in 12 days. After that, though, Pride, yes, it's going to be jumping from one thing to the other because it is just a bunch of dApps at that point. That's all it is.
Yeah, and there are every kind of to tie this off. Editing is not rewriting.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
And so
that's why I was
from a timeline perspective. We got I Am Borg is saying it's 64 days until financial freedom. So that is what is 64 days from now? What is that date?
That's like
August,
May 27th or June 1st, something like that.
Okay, so because sorry, Chad had posted, we have 86 days left, and I think there's 86 days left in Q2.
Okay.
So we've got 86 days left in Q2 and 64 days to May 27th. Now we've got this 12-day lag.
Let me give you another analogy. So editing is like when Pride does his video, right? And then he goes in there and he adds some pictures. He's editing, right? He's making some things. He's putting a couple things in there. What Pride thinks that they're doing is they're just taking the entire video and they're throwing it in their trash. And he's starting a whole new video. He's going to start talking again. And he's starting to pick up new things. He wants to go get, screenshot new comments. And he's putting that. You're doing the whole thing over again instead of just editing and make that. That's what you think is going to happen. And that's not what's going to happen. I'm telling you. No, that's what you think. You think that they're rewriting the whole thing, and that's not what's happening. That's the analogy. It's not that they're editing, meaning like you're done your video. Now you're adding some things to it to make it better. That's what they're doing.
Can you highlight Safe Food Warrior's comment for me?
Safe Food Warrior. Let me go back up. This one?
Yes.
I don't say it yet.
This is Prado the man, right as usual.
I'm sorry, Pride, that I'm right. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Sorry.
I think Fowler's over there conflicted, man. He's been through.
Fowler knows what's up.
No, I'm already listen. When
he knows what's up.
When they were sitting there saying, we got Pulse Chain and this and our dates, we're gonna be, this stuff needs this amount of testing comparatively. I'm like, dude,
we don't need any of that. Yeah,
they doing something totally different. If you really want to look at how long we've been doing this, we got our year. If you really want to talk about development, we got our year. If you equate Safe Food into it, because you have to, because again, Safe Food really is the engine that you put on top of the generalized boat, which is a blockchain, right? Remember, we were talking about it's a blockchain versus a token. Well, honestly, really not too much different when we talk about code, but it's the generalized shell of a blockchain. You're adding on this extra code with the Safe Food stuff.
Yeah, it's based on that, Fowler, but like the reason why it's different, and here's what you have to think about technically, right? It's a token is only going to rebase. That's all it's going to do, right? Whereas you have a coin that's rebasing, and it also is going to be implemented in everything else that's on the blockchain.
Right.
And it also has to be paid. Now it also has to be used to pay for gas. Now you have to pay. People are buying it. It's rebasing. It's also rebasing in people's liquidity pools. It's also rebasing in people's wallets that are also paying gas. There's like all these different things that are going to be mixing in with this thing. Because it's not a token anymore, it's now a coin, which is a difference because that coin is what's used for everything on the blockchain. So therefore, that code is going to look and behave much differently now. And that's what they're working on. And that's what they have finished, by the way. It's just now the relationship between that rebase and the Firestorm. How those two interact with each other now is the only thing that they're working on. And instead of throwing the video away like Pride wants to do, They're just going to go ahead and add a couple pictures.
So Prado, what's your date? What's your data?
Yeah,
what's your data release, man?
May 1st.
No, May 1st is not. We're not going to do it May 1st.
Come on, go ahead, tell them May 1st, Prado.
I'm not going to say May 1st, Pride. I think we're going to do it on May 27th, like he said. I think that's a good date.
It used to be May 1st. What happened to that? What happened?
Bro, we obviously we're not going to release on May 1st. We knew that a long time ago, like 2-3 weeks ago now, when he made the announcement about the firestorm having a problem. By the way, like, how do I know all these? Brian is on my lives making the comments just the same way that you guys are getting, and I read every single one. You guys might not see every second of my show. Well, obviously I do. And he says a lot of these things to me and all of us in the comments. You see how transparent he is? He's doing it in your comments now.
Right.
He's done the same thing with me. That's how I know all this stuff.
Pride getting flamed up right
No,
now.
all I'm saying is
Pride's pissed, bro. Look at his face.
No,
He's
all I'm saying is it's not as easy as you think it is. Like I said,
I don't think it's easy, but it's done. The hard part is over. They already did it.
Okay,
is what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't easy.
You see how Compton dipped out.
You're not gonna run into no more hiccups, according to you.
You said Compton dipped out.
You see how Compton dipped, and he's in the chat right now. He won't do that. He won't do that. Prado. He got up out of here.
So you saying he didn't want that smoke, huh?
He is out of here. Left Pride by himself.
He got up out of here.
Hey, so Jay just got a comment. My question was: these 12 days delay factored into the May 30th to June 7th timeline? Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah, because again, like I said, this is after this. This is the big one. This is the big kahuna right here.
I'm gonna come in. Who's scared Prado?
Oh, Compton.
Oh, Compton with his freaking muscles coming in. Who's scared of Prado?
Like I said, all I'm saying is that we're going to run into hiccups. It's not going to be easy as you think it is. Cut and paste.
No, I don't think it's going to be easy either. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I don't think it's going to be as hard as this, though. This is the hard part. And before this, the writing of this code and all that stuff, that was that was very hard. And I don't disagree with that. That was very, very difficult. But the problem is that's done now. And now they're tweaking it. They're just about done. In 12 days, they will be. And then Brian says, not to pick sides, but what Prado just said is right. There you go.
Okay, so
that's all we needed, Brian. That's all we needed, Brian.
You know, I have to respect your conservative approach.
So pretty much at the end of the day,
that's what happens when you kiss a lot of butt to Brian like Prado.
So pretty much at the end of the day, Crypto Pride and Daniel Prado, they love each other regardless of the charge.
Yes.
That's right, brother. You got that right.
And hold on a minute.
I think Pride loves me more, but that's.
And Father, who's running? Father, who's running, bro? I ain't running from no one, huh?
Oh man, look, now Compton wants to fight now. You know what I mean?
Fowler's got called to the carpet.
Oh, you know, I heard him on the live. I was like, all right, let me get back in there. Talk trash.
Dude, you can't.
Let's go.
Dude, Pride's over here just getting smoked up on by Pride. He like put the works on him, and Compton's in the chat. I feel like,
hey, I'm trying to make it live entertaining. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Look. If we go back to Prado's lines, he did say May 1st, even April 15th.
No,
Exactly.
I did. Well, no, I said that there was a 10% chance. This was back in the day, though. That was a while ago.
No, that was about a week ago, dog.
No, it wasn't, bro.
Another one.
Quit playing, bro.
It was going to $1 million.
Bro. Yeah, it's okay. Now the $1 million, I won't deny.
Prado, don't you have a live over there in Mar-a-Lago to do? A live shot or something like that?
Oh my
God. Don't you gotta go home?
He's supposed to be at Trump Towers right about now.
I was all over that all day today. Since 5:30, I was there in the morning all the way up until I left there at 6:30, and I didn't leave work until just after 8 o'clock. So it was a long day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So sorry, Chad. Sorry, Chad is saying here, add 12 days to May 30th to June 11th.
No. That's not what it means. It
Yeah,
just
not what that means at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't hold my feet to the fire. I mean, it could
I'm holding your feet to the fire, buddy.
that could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen because I know you're going to hold my feet to the fire, Pride, because you're hoping that this comes out in August. We all know it.
No, I'm not.
Everybody knows that Pride's hoping that it comes out in August. We know.
No, I want it to come out ready.
No, but you know what? I'm going to tell you guys right now, and Brian may or may not say this in the comments, but it's just a matter of this right now. And this right now, what we are facing with this in this next 12 days, if this goes through, that's it. That's the hard part. The hardest part of this entire thing was what we are going through right now. After that, it's just a matter of just DApps, like we got to get the flex, flex DApp working. We got to get the power DApp working.
Easy?
I don't think it's anything close to what this is. No, it's going to be compared to this. Yes, it's going to be easy. If you're asking for a straight answer, yes.
So what complexity are you seeing? Right.
Huh?
What complexity are you seeing?
I don't know. I think fixed flex is going to be kind of difficult. Power pools and kind of difficult. Put all that stuff together. It's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy.
I don't think it's going to be hard though.
Well, you're not in their shoes, so how you?
I shouldn't say that it's not going to be hard, but it's not going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's not going to. I don't think it's going to be like as hard. In other words, like this is not going to be. DApps are done all the time, left and right, up and down, sideways, left and right. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Writing code and implementing code is different than adding a DApp to something that you've heard. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's anywhere close to what this is. There's no way that'll be just as difficult. It's going to be way easier.
You saying the code is already written for the fixed flex and power pool?
I'm not saying that, but I don't think that it's going to be, even if there is code written for that, even if there's code that needs to be written for that, it basically it's already been done. So they don't have to write it from start. In other words, like they don't have to begin this from like this idea is now born and now they have to figure it out, by coding it out and how it's going to get done. It's already something that they could just add and like we said, tweak and fix so that it works. And they'll do that with every DApp that we need on this blockchain.
So
they'll add it and then tweak it.
Let me put it like this. You guys want something that comes out flawless, correct? You guys want something that comes out flawless, correct?
Yeah.
So if it gets pushed to July or August, right? What do you want? You want to stream like Prados and Fowler earlier, all glitching, or you want something like Fella Crypto or the Greeks that never glitch? What do you guys want?
Bro, Mela, isn't there like a button that you could press to get rid of this guy?
No, man. Hey, man, I got much love for Compton.
I'm being real. You guys.
No, I feel you. If we had to go out there, Compton, I'd be fine with it as long as it's perfect, like you said.
Exactly, because we have.
But I just don't think we're going to go that far. That's all I'm saying.
We have Safo 2.0 that we got to focus on the 22nd. That's all I'm saying. Because Father's live stream was glitching. Like crazy.
Yeah, it was Fowler. What happened?
Oh my gosh, that was a complete and utter mess today.
Hey man, the feds was coming after me. What can I say, man? You started saying feds and stuff.
I mean that
it wasn't as bad as my live earlier though, Fowler. Don't worry about it. Mine was a disaster.
Dude,
that
your question.
That A-ball was lying because
they didn't like that
Vulcan Gamma testnet was coming out this week, and now we heard here from Brian it's coming out in 12 days. That A-ball is corrupt and a lie.
Yeah, corrupt ball.
Hey man, I don't know what happened. Somebody's man. Now, what was you saying, Mellow Fellow? What was you saying?
I was saying that the feds didn't like your question that you had on your live today.
Oh yeah, man.
What did they say?
I was trying to take a poll for them early on, so they already know. Like, the question was if the U.S. government had deemed crypto illegal in the U.S., would you continue to use it?
Oh,
Look at the comment. Father's arguing with his pants off.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure
yeah,
am.
they
Sure am.
cited you, Fowler. Yeah, they
Look.
cited you, brother.
Oh man.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know though. That's a great question though.
Oh man.
No, but look, but not on top of that, I'm not saying ban, right? I'm not saying ban. I'm saying completely illegal, meaning, you looking at criminal time being caught with it. Like, I was trying to gauge what's your level of commitment to crypto, not the gains, not the financial growth.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like
I
actual
wouldn't.
usage.
I wouldn't. Like, the only way that I would is if this thing pops off the way that we all expect it to, and then we've got this money that we could be able to make those types of decisions. We have that luxury, to say, you know what? Oh, you guys banned it. All right, I'm out. And we just leave the country. That'd be the way. But if I don't have that capacity, right? Like, I'm just gonna have to. I would have to just stop, because what am I gonna do? I don't want to be facing time for it. I'm not gonna face time for crypto. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not Trump or somebody with all this power where I could be able to, make moves. And like, if that was the case, then yeah, you could make moves.
That's why I threw out the scenario. I didn't really get to explain it in the actual question, but I explained it on the stream, and I was pretty much saying, once Vulcan, I'm just saying if everybody was, Vulcan takes off, everybody's experiencing everything wonderful that's happening with Vulcan, and then boom, the government drops it and says now it's illegal. You've already tasted financial freedom at its best. Are you gonna go jump back into the matrix?
No, we're out. Yeah, we're gone. Dubai is number one on the list. And then but the only reason why I say that is because I would want to go to Puerto Rico, because it's closer to everybody, all of you guys. But the problem with that is it's a part of the United States, right? So you know what I mean? And if the United States was to say, hey man, we decided to make this illegal, I'm going to go to where I can continue to be rich and happy without them telling me I can't, because they want the dollar to be the king. Like, I'm not going to let that happen and ruin my happiness in my life because they want to hold on to some power. Like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. Like,
but I can't do it unless I have that power.
Of course.
I mean? But I think all of us, though, Fowler, all of us are going to have a taste of that, because I really do believe, and I know that, you guys already know that I love Brian, I love Vulcan, I'm a maxi, this, that, and the third, but I'm talking about, like, when you think about the tokenomics of this, and this is real talk, the tokenomics of this, not in the first year, I'm not talking about the first year, maybe not even the second year, but we're talking like 3-4 years from now, when we've got all these projects, the hype is real, it's been seen, and people have adopted to this because of the experiences that they've had. They've told so many people, all these projects that are on here, we've got all this volume coming on, and we're not starting to see this. And by the way, we're going down in supply. We're now 3 years into it. We're down to 57, 56 million, 55 million. And now we're looking at a $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 Vulcan. Everybody that's carrying a $100 Vulcan bag right now. That's why I'm saying since the beginning, I've been saying to everybody, we are before early. And I'm talking about only us. Everybody else that buys after day one, they're going to experience whatever they experienced, and they could all do very well. Everyone's going to do very well. But we in particular, because we were and still are before early, when this thing gets to $1,000, $5,000, everybody that owns Vulcan right now is going to be seeing financial gains that they've never seen in their life, as long as they do it right. Like, you don't want to, we've all spoken about, like, you don't want to sell your whole bag and take advantage of the flex and look at this rebase that's coming in. We're going to have all these, things happening that's going to make this so beautiful. Plus all the projects, all the volume. If we hold on to this and do it the right way, 2, 3, 4 years down the road, when we're looking at a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 Vulcan, that's going to be crazy for all of us. But we got to do it right. And I do see that type of thing happening for us. So I don't think it's impossible, and I don't think that it's something that people should worry too much about when it comes to the government, because I think that if that were to happen sometime down the road, I think Vulcan will be able to take care of at least most of us, so that we can be able to make that decision and say, okay, you know what, let's get out of here then, and then go to where we can continue to have those riches and have that happiness.
Yeah, guys, I gotta go out. I gotta leave. So
yeah, I gotta wrap up as well. So hey, Compton, Pride, I appreciate you coming on.
No problem, bro.
Daniel, man, thanks for gracing us with your presence as well.
Thank you,
Richardson, man. Thank you for coming out, man. Fowler.
Thank you guys too, man. It was a great conversation.
Yeah.
You know, how wrong Pride is, you know. It's
oh god.
Fowler and Pride, man, y'all kind of took it in the chops today. But, you know.
I just like messing with Pride. That's my man. All right, man. Thanks, guys.
All right, y'all have a good one. Thanks everyone for joining, and hopefully I'll see y'all next week, next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central.
You got it.